started this, there were 14 people in the race. And one by one, we dismissed the fellas, right? One by one. And what we saw in Iowa was we started at 2% and we finished Iowa with 20%. And I said, I want to be stronger in New Hampshire. Well, it became a 2-person race in New Hampshire. And we got to 43%. And what happened after that was a sight to see. Because on election night, we were super excited. We had moved 25 points in the 3 weeks leading up to the election. And Donald Trump was totally unhinged. Unhinged. He was a bit sensitive, and I think his feelings were hurt, but he threw a temper tantrum out on stage, seriously, threw a total temper tantrum, and was talking about revenge. So after he talked about revenge and had a little something to say about me, that's fine, we raised $1 million online right after he did that. Then the next day, Unhinged again says, for anybody that supports Nikki Haley, you will be barred from MAGA. So we had a little fun with that. We started selling t-shirts that said barred permanently. We sold 10,000 t-shirts. We raised another $1.6 million. And then he did it again. Then he came out and he pushed the RNC and his people at the RNC to say that he should be the nominee and that they should push me out. And we said only 2 states have voted. There are 48 more that have to vote. No matter what Donald Trump thinks, he can't bully his way to the White House. It's not going to work. And after he did that, we raised another $1.4 million. So Donald, keep them coming because it's great. So I will tell you that while all of that has happened, prior to that, and look, running for president it's a lot. It's physically, emotionally, mentally, it's a lot, right? So you got to be at the top of your game. Well, he must have been tired because he was giving a speech, and in the speech he went on over and over and over again about how I stopped security from going to the Capitol on January 6th. And he kept repeating it. Now, I wasn't in D.C. on January 6th. I've never had a job in D.C., so I think he got confused. Having said that, he has said, look, I will take a mental competency test against her because, you know, I'm a big fan of mental competency tests for anyone serving in D.C. He said he would take one, and he said that he would beat me. And I don't know, maybe he will, maybe he won't. But if he's going to do that, then he should have no problem getting on a debate stage with me. Because that's the ultimate mental competency test for anybody that wants to run for president. So I put that back out there. that he has no reason to fear. Come on up. Let's do a debate. Let's see what happens, and let's let this election play out the way it's supposed to play out. And then it went further. And here he had a court case yesterday. And to be honest, I have not kept up with any of his court cases. I don't know exactly what he's been charged, what he's been found innocent, what he's been found guilty. I know there's 91 charges, but I truly have been focused on running for president and not these other things. But I know that they came down and they're asking for a lot of money from him. And so I hear him sitting there ranting on how unfair this is. But this is the issue that I have. Maybe it's fair, maybe it's not. I don't know. But what I do know is all that time that he's spending in a courtroom defending himself, he's not fighting for the American people. Like he did on election night in New Hampshire. Like he's done on his Twitter feed since he got the verdict. He has not once talked about the fact that he put us $8 trillion in debt in 4 years that our kids are never going to forgive him for. He's not talked about what he's going to do to stop the flow of fentanyl and secure our border once and for all, because we've got to get that done. He hasn't talked about how we're going to get our kids reading again. He hasn't talked about how he's going to bring law and order back to this country. He hasn't talked about how he's going to deal with any of the wars that are happening. And what I worry about for all of us is these court cases are going to go on for another year. And you know who sees that? Russia, China, Iran. That's who sees that. That's why I'm worried. That's the problem I have.